Day today as we're enjoying a beautiful Saturday out here. And, of course, Steve Calabaro, the, manager of the casino, joining us now on the program. Bill, why don't we get Steve's face in here so they can actually see something that looks half decent, because they got to look at my ugly ass all the time, and I don't think they want to really look at me. Steve's a much better-looking man than I am.
I don't know, Big O. All I can tell you is I'm smiling.
Okay, well,
I'm smiling.
Well, you should be. You should be
because
smiling.
of last week.
Because
last week we were 3 bets,
you
3
cashed
wins.
in.
It was only 2 games.
I know.
Matter of fact, I was talking to my son. He goes, "What do you mean you won 3 bets? It was only 2 games." I said, "No, we bet the over and we sweated out and we won that. That was a tough over bet."
Yeah. Well, Tannehill came through, bro.
I was going to say, Tannehill.
Your boy Tannehill.
When Tannehill hit that because Tannehill's thing is the backdoor stats, dude. Trailing, he throws in a touchdown, he gets yards.
Touchdown, yeah.
I tweeted out at that time, I go, time to pad those stats, baby. And when he got that touchdown, I was like, all right, Ryan, you got us the over, because we were right at the number.
Because we had to get the
was
over
52.
was 53.
53.
And we had to get to 54 because it wasn't a half.
Right, and that touchdown put us over.
And so that put us over. So.
But I loved it. It was good. We went over, and it was fine, and I mean, it went to a T exactly like I said it would. But it would get into a shootout, and that you would need a real quarterback, and Tannehill's going to crap in his pants at that moment, and that's exactly what happened. He crapped in his pants when you needed a real quarterback to beat you with his arm, because he couldn't depend on Derrick Henry anymore. Bro, they limited Derrick Henry to 7 yards in that second half.
That was the game. That was the difference of the game.
That's why I'm picking Kansas City, because of that right there.
Look, I like Kansas City for a lot of reasons. I got to be careful of some of the reasons. Right? Some of the reasons I like is, obviously, I think the passing game is an advantage. On the coaching side, I think both coaches are very good. I think both, even though Andy's
but you got to go Reed because he's the guy, bro. He's been
Andy's
around
more
longer.
an emotional thing, like a heartfelt thing.
I'm just talking about experience. I'm just talking about what the guy that's proven most in the NFL is him over Shanahan. Any day of the week.
If you don't have a dog in the fight, I think most people are pulling for Andy Reid. It's the only thing this guy doesn't have.
But Shanahan's, he's young.
Oh, he's awesome.
But he's been around for a long time.
Awesome.
He's got the wisdom of his dad. His dad, you can tell. Awesome. I'm sure his dad and he are having multiple conversations.
Yeah, he's a great young coach, man.
And so
great young coach.
That's a tough one there. That's a tough one. But
I got to give Reed the nod anyway because of the experience, man. We're talking about a guy that's been kicking ass in the NFL for 20 plus years.
What was that, his 7th championship game?
Yeah, man.
That's
yeah.
I happen to have the pleasure of going to the last Super Bowl he was at. I believe it was the Eagles versus the Patriots in Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you, I remember when they came out on the field, there was something noticeably wrong. And I was like, not the whole team didn't come out together, the Eagles. There was guys like Terrell Owens was hanging back, and Donovan McNabb was like in another planet. It was something was weird.
Those two relived their hate this week. I don't know if you know.
I didn't hear that.
Oh yeah.
What happened?
But you need to go on social. You're not on social media, right?
Well, I'm on, but I work too. I work like 50 hours a week.
Well, just put Teal and Donovan on social media, and you'll see going back and forth and trashing each other. Because Donovan opened up a can of worms this week. He was on Untold Stories with Master Tesfastian, my buddy, which I will get Master on next week to talk about this. And he told and Donovan like trashed T.O. and he's the reason why we didn't go back to the Super Bowl. Or they broke up the Eagles, all that other stuff. And then T.O. was like, really? Yeah, did you talk about your DUIs and your spousal abuse charges and how about the things you were doing in my parties that nobody knows about? I mean,
boy! And
he was like, "Master, call me. I'll tell you some untold stories and all that." So,
wow.
So yeah, Donovan screwed up, and Donovan's a guy that should not be pointing fingers.
Yeah, not at all. Not even a little bit.
Even at T.O. Even at T.O., he shouldn't be pointing fingers.
Because both of them were not their same play. They weren't their regular selves on that Super Bowl. If you just talk about that one game, forget about their whole career and their life.
But Donovan has skeletons that T.O. doesn't have and never will have.
Yeah, that was bad. But
say what you want about T.O., dude. He's not a DUI. He's not a criminal. He's none of that. You could say he's been a locker room cancer and all that other stuff inside a football field, but outside a football field, he's been a perfect citizen like most of us. Okay. So so when you're Donovan McNabb, dude,
yeah, be careful.
Yeah, it's
let's see. Andy had to deal with those two guys, and unfortunately, it wasn't going to happen back 15 years ago. But this year, he's got a different group there. I think Mahomes knows he understands how to get ready too.
With all disrespect, instead of because when everybody says, "Hey, with all due respect," you're about to slam somebody, right? So let's just do it this way, okay? With all disrespect, okay? Donovan McNabb is no Pat Mahomes.
Not even close. Not even close.
Don't forget it, bro.
Not even close.
Okay?
And Mahomes isn't going to be throwing up in the huddle. The whole 9 yards. So that's not going to happen.
And he's deadly accurate.
That wasn't McNabb's first time throwing up. They actually have a recording of Rohan Marley back with the Canes when they're beating him, and he says, "Look, he's getting sick. Let's get him."
Really? When he was in Syracuse.
Yeah.
When he's at Syracuse.
Yeah,
wow.
when he's at the Cuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's consistent then.
Yeah.
I mean, he's consistent. Let's give him that.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
I'm just saying, if you're McNabb, dude, don't stop, bro. Shut up.
So what do you think about this Super Bowl? Now,
I love the Chiefs.
City.
I love the Chiefs in this one.
So what about the over/under? I want to give you some information.
Come a little closer to me.
I called up my I talked to my son. My son's a computer engineer, computer science degree from Drexel University. They have artificial intelligence, all this they throw all kinds of numbers into the computer.
You tell him we're talking reality, right?
The artificial intelligence predicts everything, he says. He's got it all figured out, right? And he says the bet.
What, can he figure out the damn lottery numbers for me? Come on. If
he will.
We only won
he will.
six.
He claims he will.
Six.
He says the under is the bet. All the computer stuff, the artificial intelligence, all the stuff. He says the 54.
I like the under.
He said betting the under is the bet in his mind. Now, he also says, listen to this one. This one, he goes off the rail here a little. I happen to like Kansas City. He likes San Francisco. I don't know. Maybe it's just a father-son kind of competitive thing. I don't know.
His computer's got a virus.
No. The computer tells him that Kansas City is supposed to score 28 points, 28.9 points, and the Niners are going to score 18.8 points. I said, so why are you going with the Niners? All of your education, 6 years of education, all your whole career has been putting information into the computer. But he goes against the computer, and he likes the Niners. So I'm taking half of his advice. I love the under.
Yeah. No,
that's the best bet I like in this whole mess.
Oh, I love Kansas City.
I like Kansas City too, but it's not a no-brainer.
I love Kansas City.
I think they're going to win. I'm rooting for them to win. I'm going to be at the game. My wife and I bought tickets. It's a bucket list for my wife. So I figured, let's do it. It's ridiculous. I have to take a mortgage out to buy the tickets. It's ridiculous. But it's cheaper to go to Miami Super Bowl than to go to some, Arizona. I'd have to buy a $1,000 room hotel too. So her and I are going to have a great time. She's all about the Kansas City. We watched, she watched the games this past weekend. So I'm rooting for Kansas City. The computer says Kansas City, and I like the under.
That computer sounds like the computer in Willy Wonka. Yeah. Remember that when he asked the question? Ask me later.
No, the computer says 28-18 or 29-19. That's what the computer says. But my son is taking his heart. I don't know. He somehow loves the. He has this crazy logic. He says to me, he thought it was supposed to be Baltimore versus the Niners in the Super Bowl.
Right.
And he thinks that Kansas City got lucky because Tennessee beat Baltimore. If Baltimore had to play Kansas City, he says Kansas City wouldn't even be in the Super Bowl. That's his crazy logic, which is a little bit not too crazy.
Yeah, but it could be true. You just never know. But then again, Kansas City adjusted and shut down Tennessee's run. Who's to say they want to shut down Baltimore and force them to
Henry
pass?
averaged, 160 yards the last 7 or 8 games?
We can't worry about that.
Look, in the
end,
end,
shut him down?
In the end, they did the same thing to both guys. They forced the quarterback to beat you with his arm. And Lamar can't do that either.
The only thing, let's think about the Niners just for a second. Shanahan, I believe, this is just a theory I have. I'm still going for Kansas City. I think it's where my bet is. It's where my heart is. But I think Shanahan really purposefully was coaching last week's game and the next game. He wants people to think that Garoppolo can't throw. And I'll bet Garoppolo's not going to throw for 77 yards this Super Bowl. He's not going to throw for 300 either, but he's going to throw for way more than 77. He'll be in that 170 to 220 yards. And so it's going to be a different game. I think there was some coaching logic to that. Let's try a little something different this week, and then next week we're gonna throw a little passing at them. That's what I think. I also think that front four of the Niners, that's the real deal. That is the real deal. Bosa, Arik, these guys are really they are the best. They are the best defense. So I'm not rooting for the Niners or anything, but if you go by defense wins championships, they do have a fabulous defense.
Yes.
So I'm still going with Andy Reid. My heart's in Andy Reid. My son's computer's with Kansas City, so I'm going with Kansas City. But I love the under. I love the under.
Yeah.
And maybe it should be a little larger bet on the under than the actual game. That's just a thought. What do you think?
To me, no, I'm with. I like everything that you're saying. I love Kansas City as much as I like the under. No, I actually like Kansas City a little bit more than the under. And I love the under bet. I think Kansas City is as close a lock as it is because of Pat Mahomes and the Jimmy G effect. I just talked about this before. Coleman's injured. I don't think he's going to end up playing this week.
No, he won't.
So they'll be down to 2 running backs. They did a great job this past week of shutting Henry down. I think they will shut the running game down, and they're going to go, you beat us, guy. And we know that outside of your tight end, you really don't have anybody else, whereas Kansas City has got the freak tight end, just like San Francisco, but they've got Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill's the difference.
And
Tyreek Hill is the fastest kid on the field.
He's
the fastest guy on the field.
Can't cover him.
Yeah, he is a difference. It's a shame that Devin Coleman got hurt. I feel for the player. I feel for the team too. But that gave him that multi-threat. Like you didn't know which running back was coming at you, Coleman or Mozart or Bria. So I think that does hurt San Francisco. And I think one of the game differences is going to be Tyreek Hill. I really think Tyreek Hill is the fastest human on that field of all the 90 guys suiting up that day, and that's going to make a difference.
Whatever side of the field he's on, your safety has to double. You have to.
Keep in mind.
Because that's 7 on your head.
Think about what Andy did. The other receiver, I think he's also the kickoff return guy and the punt return. I forget his name, number 17. He's supposedly, statistically, the fastest guy in the field. I think Tyreek Hill is faster and quicker, but number 17 is supposed to be like 1/100th faster in the 40. So now they got 2 speedsters. That's one of the reasons that because Mahomes, obviously he's like, to me, he's like, being an old Giants fan, he's Fran Tarkington, but he's much faster, he's much smarter in this part in his career, and he's got a much better arm. So this is too bad Fran Tarkin didn't have a really strong arm back then, and I was rooting for him for years. But he's a scrambler that just makes things happen.
This guy has thrown passes, no looks across his body. All these things you're not supposed to do.
He threw it left-handed this year.
Yes. I mean, there isn't anything he can do.
Well, listen.
Can't do.
So the bets are sort of in, right? We kind of all agree on the bets.
Yes.
The Kansas City and the under, unless we're going to. Now, there's some crazy, crazy bets. We don't have to go through all of them. We can go through most of them. But these are the prop bets. Not all of the odds are out there yet. So it's going to be really next Friday before we get the odds on some of the prop bets. But, national anthem length, over under 119.5 seconds.
I hit it last year. I went with the over.
But Demi, what are you thinking? You're our anthem expert.
I don't listen to Demi Lovato music. Gladys Knight, she's my goddess. But Demi Lovato, I'm not really into kiddie music, so I don't know. And I don't know if she's going to milk it or not. But 119, I'm going to go over.
Going the over. I'm marking it down.
I'm going to go over on that because they usually like to milk it and, show off their voices. She's coming back from rehab, okay? And so I think she's going to want to show – I'm not joking here, guys.
Oh, she wants to show her whole
She wants to prolong her
extra. I'm not
good theory. I like it.
I'm not going to make fun of her inebriation state or anything like that. I'm not going to say she's going to show up there all inebriated. Hey, and she's going to sound like Fergie. No. Okay? I'm not doing that. But I'm saying I think she's going to show people like I'm back, I'm strong, and she's going to start holding some notes.
Logic.
So I'm going over 119.9 with Demi Lovato.
So the next one, I love your pick. I'm all on that. I'm with you on that one. The next one is not that we want to get too political. This is more of a sports time.
Okay.
But will Donald Trump tweet during the game?
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed. You think?
Guaranteed. It's the Super Bowl. He knows people are watching. He loves the attention. So he's going to congratulate a team.
But that's after. That's after.
Or I haven't finished. Or during the game, somebody gets out coached or routing or whatever. Well, he's gonna say, "Oh yeah, that coach must be a Democrat or something." He'll do something like that.
It's my fault they lost.
This.
Yeah, so he'll take a shot. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, that coach is losing because I saw him hang out with Joe Biden's kid. He'll do something like that. The
egomaniac. All the attention is on the game. I want attention.
Yeah.
See, I think it's going to be after the game. Now remember, don't hold this against me. Don't any people listening to the podcast, please don't hold it against me. But I worked for him for 13 years.
Okay.
I was a senior vice president in his organization, so I've interacted with him many times, and I think he's going to wait till after the game.
Okay.
Right after the game, like not in the 60 minutes.
A millisecond after the game.
Yeah, when the trophy's being given away, I think that's when he's going to say, hey, let me jump in there.
I can see definitely that happening. But during the game, hells to the he can do that. For sure, he can do that.
All right, the next one's a funny one, too. Which commercial will appear first? This one is crazy. Is it Doritos or Snickers? What do you think?
I'm going Doritos.
I'm going Doritos all over Doritos.
Going Doritos because they've been more of the staple in the Super Bowl year in and year out than Snickers. Snickers has been in it, but I don't know if they've been in it every single year, whereas Dorito commercials are things that we have been, already like programmed with, whether it's a hot babe or a funny thing with Doritos.
All right, but next one. Which commercial will appear first, Budweiser or Coca-Cola? That's a tough one.
Ooh.
That's a tough one.
I'm going to go Bud.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Bud. It's football, man. I'm going Bud.
You think Bud first?
For sure. Sure. California and Washington, it'll be other Buds, but this one will be Weiser.
All right. The next one, I need some help here in this one. Because, like I said, I'm fortunate enough and blessed enough to be able to go to the game this year. And remember, kickoff is 6:40 or something around that in Miami. We all live here.
Right.
Miami temperature at kickoff over under 70.5.
Well,
it's going to be dark out.
Yeah.
Just about the sun will have settled.
Yeah, it's just
that's a tough one.
I'm going over on that. I think it'll get a little hotter by next week. We're all getting misled because of what's happened the last couple days. It's not a hot day again today.
3 days ago was ridiculous.
That means we're going to get the opposite next week. So we'll have a nice 73 on that evening. Low humidity, but 73, and I'm going over.
So I'm not wearing long sleeve.
No.
Based on you.
No.
So I'm going. All right, so we're going over on that one.
Yeah,
all right, just want to know what to wear.
Over.
This next one's too easy.
Projected weather channel. 55 for a low, 72 for a high.
What did I say?
Yeah,
no, look,
it's 6:40
dude,
PM.
72 high. That's at 3, 4, 5 in the afternoon. By 6:40, the sun goes down. It may be that 70, 69.
I'm going opposite since it's terrible to predict weather anyway. So I'll go opposite of that.
I think it's the under.
They had us under a monsoon on Friday at the Senior Bowl, and we ended up getting drops. Okay?
You know what's funny? Today at 6 o'clock, it's supposed to be 72 degrees.
Oh, really? So
at 6 today.
That's the over. So I'm saying under on that one. Who will be mentioned first by the broadcasters? Tom Brady or Joe Montana? I love Brady.
Oh, Brady.
Come
For
on,
sure, Brady.
Talking about Brady and
Montana's dated already, dude.
Yeah,
Brady's still fresh.
Well, the 49er thing, is a connection a little.
Oh,
but
yeah. Well, actually, that will be mentioned right in the open.
That's what I'm saying. So they might be saying the last time they won.
But that's not the game.
Are you
right?
Wait, are you talking about all the broad? You're
I don't
talking
know.
about
This is a prop bet. I don't know.
10 hours of broadcasting
by the broadcaster.
prior?
It's got to be during the game. It's got to be during.
by the casters.
That's
so I'm gonna go Brady.
All right.
I'm gonna go Brady just for the hell of it because it says sportscasters.
I love over/under bets. Right. The next one is
they won't mention Montana until he's close. Well, they could
if they're
towards
the
end of the game and they're about to win. He's about to join Steve Young and Joe Montana as the only Niner quarterbacks.
Or pregame. The Niners are here. They haven't won since Joe Montana days and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But
I think during the game they're going to say, ladies and gentlemen, we're about kickoff, and this is one of the few Super Bowls in the last few years that Tom Brady's not in it. And boom, right? You know what I'm saying? One of those deals.
Did you see what Brady said about Eli?
That was great.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
It was great.
I loved it. It was honest.
Yeah, very honest.
It was great, dude.
Wish you didn't win too.
Yeah, I wish you didn't win any Super Bowls. He said, obviously, which is
because you beat me twice.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I think that's great.
I love over/under bets, and this might be one of my favorite. The over/under 3.5 commercials with dogs.
I hope it's over because I love dogs. Can't get enough of dogs. So I'm
going under.
I hope every commercial has dogs.
He goes on the over, and I'm on the under on that one.
No. I'm with you. I'm going under.
You're going under now? Wait, you just switched on me.
No. I told you what I would want.
Oh, that's okay. All right, you're under.
I always take my heart out of all this crap because you got to be objective. What I want is dogs in every commercial because dogs are the greatest thing in mankind because they are our best friends. But I'll go under there on the dog one.
So which coach will be shown first during the national anthem? So I think that's going to be Andy Reid.
Yes, for sure.
Plus it's the home team.
Senior guy too.
Yeah,
out of respect.
Yeah, you would think that's Andy Reid.
I would. In fact, that looks like the easiest bet out of all of them right now. Like I guarantee you they're going to show the walrus before they show the kid.
Yeah.
For sure, dude.
Here's another over-under.
Remember, this is the only thing he needs for his resume. Andy Reid doesn't need to prove to anybody anything.
He's still a Hall of Famer, even if he doesn't win.
No, he's
game.
A first ballot Hall of Famer, whether he wins or he doesn't. In my book,
but this completes his resume.
This is what he needs. I mean, it's like Marino. He left without the one thing he needed in his cabinet. He achieved everything else, but all that stuff doesn't mean as much as that one trophy.
Did you see what Peyton Manning said? Talking about Marino.
Oh, yeah. One of his favorite quarterbacks to watch.
His favorite quarterback besides Dan Marino.
He's always been like that, man.
Yeah, I didn't realize he had that much.
Back in the day, remember when he first started his career, Marino was still playing.
Yeah, see, I didn't realize that he had that much effect. I know he's been at Marino events,
Marino
Foundation golf tournaments. I've seen him there. And I just didn't know he was that much of a fan of Dan Marino.
Oh, man, Marino was his guy, dude. I think he started. What year did he start? I want to say it was like Marino's last year, or second to last year. Look up what year Peyton Manning started. But I want to say it was like right at the end of Marino's career, and so I think somehow or another, I think they played a game. Man, man, it's been so long. I want to say I covered a game with both of them.
They probably played. I'm sure they did.
I don't know.
Not in the same division, but they could have played.
No, we did play in the same division with the Colts. It was always the Colts.
Oh,
Miami.
The Colts. That's right. Yes.
The Colts were, but I don't know if they were. No, I think they were already gone by then. What year did he start?
I don't think they were in the same division like we used to be. No, that had already been separated.
Well, what year did he start?
Peyton Manning reference. We're looking at first season.
Oh, he probably.
What is this?
I either covered a game or they were both.
98.
All right, so that's his second to last year because I think Marino's
so
99.
2 years at the end.
I want to say 99. So I want to say there was something about. I think they played against each other. I want to say I covered that game and everything.
Well, when Indianapolis went to the other division, we did continue to play them.
No, of course.
Kind of like the way the Bears and Tampa
they're
still play.
here every once in a while.
Those ones that left, they still do play.
Yeah. No, definitely. No doubt. I think I remember that.
We got one more over-under crazy bet.
All right, let's do it.
Longest penalty in the game, over or under 16.5 yards. I say I'm going over. It's going to be an interference.
Oh, yeah, because it's an interference penalty. Yeah.
I want to bet that one.
Yeah.
You know, I hope it doesn't determine the outcome of the game, but it seems like almost every game's got one.
Will there be a banner stating Epstein didn't kill himself?
How about the penalties on kickoffs?
Wait a second. Maybe we should get a collection together and get the banner out there. Come on, you know he didn't kill himself.
Right.
I mean, everybody knows it.
Yeah.
The world knows it.
No.
There's like 20 guys breathing like a sigh of relief, like, holy crap, I would have been in.
Only 20?
Well, whatever. There's at least 20 top level guys that are, probably rulers of nations type of thing.
Do you know how much money was involved in that thing, bro?
Oh, man. And by the way.
And they bought everybody out. And
the guards fell asleep. And they turned. And the cameras deleted themselves.
The best part is those guards are going to be walking the beach one day, and like a bale of $400 million is going to land on them. And they're just saying, hey, we found this money. Oh, you found that money, huh? You found that money, huh?
Believe me, Epstein had more dirt on guys. It would have been really rough. It would have been interesting to see, though, if he was. I'm kind of.
Oh, it would have been great to see him come out, bring the dirt, come out, and get all these dirty bastards that are hiding behind the scenes. It would have been awesome if we would have caught these guys. Yes, no, there's no doubt.
So you think there'll be a banner at the Super Bowl or not?
I would say yes. Yeah, I would say
I'm open. Yes.
Definitely. I'm sending Bill to do it, bro. He's going to do it. I'm going to go to Vegas in bed. Bill's going to put the sign up, and we're set.
And listen, there's a bunch of
I can go buy a ticket for the Super Bowl right now if I wanted to.
Why don't you do it?
Yeah, I should do it. And that way I'll bet 10 times whatever that ticket is that Bill goes to.
No.
That's a plan, right, Bill? You say you go to the Super Bowl, you hold up the sign, and then I go to Vegas and I bet, and we win.
There you go. You go for free.
Let's clean it up.
There's a plan right there. Anyhow, there's a bunch of other bets, too. Like the team with the longest kickoff, the opening kickoff will be a touchback. There's tons of them. I think that's for next week, though.
Okay.
We'll pick out the 10.
And, of course, there is Wayne Gretzky's wife's favorite.
What's that? Coin toss.
Coin flip.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the best odds bets, right? It's 50-50.
Yeah, it's
50-50. It's so. Although, I think
it probably doesn't pay much, dude.
What did she?
No, it doesn't.
What
did
she
pay?
Did she? What was it? $500,000 or $1 million?
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, but when you got that kind of money, then it'll pay for you. But if it's us and you're like betting $50 and you're not getting that much back, it's not that big a deal. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get better odds than some of these other ones than you will that one.
Listen, from a gambling standpoint, I had the pleasure of meeting Wayne Gretzky when we opened up an All-Star Cafe at Taj Mahal when I was working there, and I got a nice little puck signed, gold Sharpie, Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky and his wife, man, they are players. They know how to play gamblers.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, they're not afraid to bet it.
Janet Jones is her name? Is it Janet Jones?
I just remember her. I can remember her in the baccarat pit, and they weren't afraid to make wagers. They were big bettors.
She was a hot, wasn't she an actress?
Yeah, Wayne's actually more of a bettor. Big bettor.
I believe
bettor.
That.
And a good blackjack player, betting thousands a hand and doing very well and
could
afford it. He wasn't betting over
Saturday.
Saturday.
Hockey players have like a little gambling situation?
Some of them, I don't know. Look,
pretty big.
He was betting within his means, though. I could tell you that.
All athletes bet, Bill. Trust me.
True.
I've been in locker rooms. They all are gambling.
Michael with the skins games.
They all gamble, bro.
On the golf course.
P. Rose, come on.
I'm not going to tell you 100% of them, but I'm going to tell you that a majority of that locker room gambles. And I'm not just saying that it's sports. I'm just saying dominoes and cards and
yeah, sure.
They're athletes,
bro. And they like competition.
They're athletes.
Is somewhat of a competitive thing.
That's all it is.
Yeah, they just want to compete.
That's all it is. It's not it's not a thing about that they've got this gambling addiction. They have a competitive addiction.
Yeah, they want to compete and they want to win.
That's all it is, man. And I've seen it in locker rooms. and it's about the bragging after, and they win, and they rip on each other and all that. It's not the thing that you think.
So
you know
I have
what I'm saying?
On that note, I'm going to end with this. I have something for you about gambling. I went on the website, the Florida website, and I verified that for the last over 3 years, about 3.5 years, here at Hialeah Park Casino, we have the best payouts in our slot machines in the state of Florida. I'm challenging anybody in the state. On that comment. I went on the Parimutuel site.
It's all verified.
It's all verified there. I know that the Hard Rock is like cruise ship, paybacks where you get ripped off in about 10 minutes. So I know that's not a good payout place.
That's a fact.
And so I just want your listeners to know, Hialeah Park, best payouts in the slots. Doesn't guarantee you're going to win, but it keeps you, it gives you better odds. And what are we talking about here? We're talking about gambling, a place where there's a fair set of odds. I've said it for years. I can't wait to have sports betting here in Florida.
Oh, it's coming.
And I think it's going to happen.
It'll take us a while, but we'll get it eventually.
We'll get there. But so I just want to let everybody know, not only do we have the greatest high hands here in poker, but we got the best payouts in slots. It's that simple. And on the 21st, we're giving away $25,000 in cash. March 21st, not February. You earn entries all February and the first 3 weeks of March, and we're giving you $25,000. Dead presidents.
So come on out here, enjoy all the gaming action in a non-smoking casino. So that is a beautiful thing in a non-smoking casino. You won't have somebody blowing smoke in your face. So come on out here to Hialeah Park, and who knows, you might be winning some big money.
By the way, 100% correct, sir. Janet Jones, and she is an actress.
Okay, there you go, Janet Jones. I like it.
And a hell of a gambler.
Yes.
And a good one.
Yeah, she was smoking.
That was a huge story when they did that coin flip thing. It was like, what?
They like to gamble. But anyhow, guys, nice seeing you. We'll
Steve, thank you
week.
as always, my brother. Appreciate you, and we will see you next week. We'll be back on Friday. We're back on track
Next
on
Friday.
Friday. No Senior Bowl.
Maybe we'll make a couple of these odd, who's the first touchdown, who's going to have the most, running yards, passing yards, just some crazy ones.
Yeah, I'm on Sirius on Mad Dog channel, which they're carrying the Super Bowl. Leading up to the Super Bowl, I'm doing 3 to 6:25. So
nice.
It's gonna be a fun show next Sunday on Sirius.
Great, enjoy.
Yes, sir. All right, Steve.
Thank
You're
you.
the best. Thank you, my
Take
brother.
care.
Thank you, Steve.
Steve Calabaro out here at Hialeah Park. Go to the website, hialeahpark.com. Let's take a quick break. Back with more when we come back on the